Hello! This is my flower farm. It's not really good. This is my storage system. This is the clock powering the pistons. There's a separate clock powering the dispenser. I am the collection system. It's not really a great farm and I want to do better. So let's build a better flower farm. And if you're asking why I need a flower farm, I like flowers. Some of them can be used as drugs. So let's start. The farm will be a platform that is pushed by pistons and then water collecting the items in regular intervals. So here we have a 9x7 platform of grass blocks. It's 7 blocks long, so we can use water as collection system, and 9 blocks wide because that's the maximum amount of distance bone meal dispensed from a dispenser can plant flowers or grass. Below the dispenser is a dropper, and that's because we can directly put the storage system for the bone meal under the farm. This is the core redstone. The basic principle is that we will trigger those pistons, they will push this platform over. It will trigger the observer that will first trigger the dropper and dispenser, dispensing bone meal onto the platform, and then trigger those pistons pushing the platform back again, which will in turn trigger that observer that then will trigger this dropper and dispenser, and those pistons, and so on. Now there is a bit of a lengthy explanation as to why this works, because we have pistons pushing against each other in the same game tick, but this is something for another video. Good. Now, so how do we start the farm? We have to somehow power those pistons for a short pulse. How are we going to do that? We now have a monostable circuit here that, when this button is pressed, will give a 1 tick pulse to this line of redstone, which will make this dispenser fire bone meal, and those pistons push the platform over, which will then start the whole platform moving back and forth. Good. Now how do we stop the platform from moving? So we now have our stop button. What happens when we press this stone button is we give a 1 second pulse to those pistons that will block the platform from moving and stop the platform from going back and forth. So if we press the start button and then the stop button, you see the platform stops moving. What we're gonna have to do now is build the collection system. The collection system is a bunch of waterlogged trapdoors that, when this torch goes out, will release the water that will push everything that's on this platform into the hoppers. I also built a ring of stone bricks around the platform to contain everything inside and protect the redstone below it. What we're gonna have to take care of now is build a clock that in regular intervals will turn this redstone torch off and collect all the items. For that I have used an ether hopper clock with 64 items inside that, when moved, will trigger those observers going into this pulse extender, which will turn off this redstone torch for a short amount of time and release the water. Good. Now we have a start button, a stop button, and an ether hopper clock, but it would be nice if we could turn this clock on only if we press the start button and turn it off when we press the stop button. So now the connection is done. When we press this start button, we will get a 1 tick pulse on that redstone line, which will also trigger the whole platform, but it will also push this redstone block over, which will turn this redstone dust off and start the clock again. Now, when we press the stop button, we will not only push those pistons over to stop the platform from moving, we will also have a monostable circuit that will make this piston spit out this redstone block to here, which will then turn the clock off again. Now, we do have a slight issue. If we press the stop button in the wrong moment, it is possible that we're gonna have a lot of items on this farm, but this clock won't trigger again, so we're gonna lose some items. So we should make a connection from the stop button to the water release system to make sure we flush the farm once after we press the stop button. This system is now done, and if we press the stop button, we will trigger the water flushing system once more. And I've also added another ring on top of the previous ring because it's possible that some items are flushed on top of this ring. So that is our flower farm done. To start it, we just gonna have to fill those barrels with bone meal and press the start button. And now the whole farm is working. Also, my computer's lagging. Now I can build this farm on my single player survival world and finally go back to hugging creepers in a drug-induced dream. How did that not kill me? Okay, wow. I mean, I play on hard.